Hey, welcome back. This is going to be my preparation, travel 2, and day 1 qualifier for Battle of the Prospectors. Hey, welcome back. My no waffle grips, the EN91EX. Couldn't get much easier than that. Another thing I like to do, I added these little tabs too. So there you go, crash course on prepping the bike, and month leading up to the race, there was no riding, so that was the extent of my riding, and well, I'm riding vicariously by watching my own videos. That's pretty sad. Alright, let's get on the road. We're going to meet Corey and Sharon, and then we're headed to Quebec. So it was a pretty long drive, but if you've been to Quebec, in particular, well, just about any part of Quebec actually, it's just beautiful, and the people are awesome. Really enjoyed the trip up, really enjoyed the town of Murdochville, which this is it. And thanks to Gabrielle for renting us this space, which I organized through Nick. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, Gabrielle. Here's the day 1 course. It's about to get real, yo.
Mais sur la caisse!
And we're off. I don't know what that little whisper was there, my Rain Man or the accountant kind of controlled my breathing thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Eat a ton of rocks here, and not a bad position out of the gate. Of course, as always, I am not going to hold it. Oh, hey Corey. So the carnage starts very early. You'll see a number of bikes off to the side of the trail, but I came out of the gates feeling okay, not too bad. What I didn't anticipate is the amount of energy it would take to go up and down endless big ski hills. There's a your mama joke in there somewhere, but I'm going to leave it. That amount of energy that gets consumed somewhere by lap 2 and definitely into my, I'll say it now, aborted lap 3, it quickly became, I'm not okay, you're not okay, I hate everyone, why am I doing this? That is all in jest. Loved every minute of this. All the suffering was good. Will definitely come back. This was a premier event in my opinion. And here's where the suffering starts. That's all kinds of good. This is Python. So it's probably pretty clear to you right now. This is a very long hill. It's quite steep, and it gets steeper. So Python kind of constricts you at the top, and it constricts you with the number of bikes that don't make it, myself included. Now I'd like to blame the congestion, but it simply wasn't. I ran out of speed and traction. And part of the traction equation, I think I need to dial out some rebound to keep that tire pushing into the ground a bit more for these kinds of events. So you learn something each and every time. Right there, I channel my inner Ray and get on the throttle, which works out all right.
Fucking hell. Okay, so that's probably the end of the hills, I imagine.
No, it's pretty early in the race for my sarcasm to come out, but that was sarcasm. This whole race, you were going up or downhill, very little side hilling, a little bit to connect you, but there was still uphill or downhill within the side hills. So yeah, it was not the end of the hills, not by any stretch.
Holy shit!
On the uphills, it is what it is. Gravel, and you'll see later on some rocks, but definitely tomorrow is going to be more rocks. And when you weren't on the open face of the hill, you were in the woods, and so you were dealing with roots.
Pull your back in that way.
I figured karma would bite me here and I'd get stuck on that same route after offering such excellent advice about moving your ass end that way, but it didn't. And honestly, none of this hill was really super technical. It was all doable. It just wore you down.
Holy fuck.
Buddy, I'm only doing one. I got no cock standing.
Oh, you burned it.
My bike's smoking like...
Well, that was Steve in the blue shirt, and he thought he burned up his clutch. Seemed to rectify the problem, or he just wrote it out as is and somehow managed to do quite well for the day 1 qualifier. Does much better on day 2 because he takes a podium position in the number 2 spot in our class. And Corey, on the other hand, had cracked his clutch cover a couple days prior, and we fixed it when we got to the hill, or rather I watched and he fixed. But I think it was just old oil burning off because he finished out the race. Because I take a lot of chirping about my KTM, I will have to offer up that I had no problems. Due to the fire bans in Nova Scotia, I've been off the bike for a month or more at this point, and it's really hurting me in this stuff in particular. Is that like bike fitness that you get from being on the bike that you can't really replicate in the gym? Not that I was in a gym a lot, but I did a little bit. But here I'm sitting down a lot, I'm getting beat up, and it's causing me a lot more muscle fatigue as you paddle or put a leg out. You really do need to be able to stand the majority of the time. So not the same oil check that wrestlers use, but I do check the oil here on Corey's bike. It's not losing any, that's a good sign, so I think it was just the old oil burning off. In this particular race, and I use race in quotation marks because for me it didn't particularly feel like I was racing a lot. There was lots of stopping, but that seemed to be the case for almost everybody. However, you had to make deliberate decisions to keep moving and try and preserve energy. This was simply about energy and not so much technical expertise. There's Corey again, and shortly after this he makes a decision to basically say, fuck it, if the bike blows up, it blows up, I'm running it. And he ends up passing me and actually qualifies higher than me by actually a few spots. The second day we're closer, he takes 8th and I take 9th. There we go, first lap done. Second and my aborted third lap are going to be abbreviated. Obviously, I'm going to show you the highlights. I'm almost bleeding with the bike because it's way worse to stop in the middle of the hill and try and get going again versus burning a bit more energy to keep going. And if you can't tell this is steep, then watch this rock rolling at me.
Ain't nobody getting the struggle bunny off me.
Well, maybe these guys, because that must have been pretty hard to get out of.
Okay, a little battery change, you know, my dedication to my secondary craft here, which was that make sure you guys get some good videos. It had nothing to do with me needing to stop. And okay, hey, had a good long rest. Stop being a shit pump. Actually, if you're a shit pump, you might be moving more. Where I tit on a bull. If it's single here, it's just a dick. You wouldn't think going down a hill would be fucking exhausting.
Well, that's the motivational speeches that I give myself when I'm riding tough stuff.
Try not moving cars. Time to keep going. Let's go, struggle bunny.
I knew here that it was getting late because the number of people coming down off the hill meant time's just about up, so had to get a move on. Right here is where the expert lap, which I'm on but am no way qualified to be an expert, meets up with the pro lap just after they're coming off DC-DC, which we renamed Greasy DC. And apparently that was a good fun section. There's a YouTube channel, Coda McKenna, which here's a clip, well not a clip, but a picture of. where they try to get up this hill, and it's a struggle for about 7 minutes. So I'm making the big push to get my second lap in, and only minutes away from making my critical error of starting a third lap.
Tu peux partir si tu veux.
C'est fini?
Tu peux partir si tu veux.
English.
Tu peux partir.
Finished.
Okay,
No, I don't know it.
you can if you
I have
want.
time. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so what I meant to say there was I'm English and I don't understand, but it came out as English, which sounded kind of like a demand to speak English to me, which was not what I was saying at all. Désolé mon ami, that wasn't my intent. J'ai besoin de pratiquer mon français a lot more so that I can communicate better or at least understand better. But anyway, it was a mistake because unlike a hare scramble, you don't get to finish the lap you start. You're still on a clock. So in this race, you had 2 hours for my class and then a 30-minute grace.
You silly, silly man.
Still have 25 minutes to finish your lap.
Okay.
After 25 minutes, I'll put you down.
I think I'm more than 25 minutes to finish.
I don't think you'll get it.
I don't think so.
Yep. Yeah, that doesn't feel too good, but honestly, this was the qualifier, and had I been smart, I wouldn't have started the third lap. I would have saved my energy for tomorrow.